But no, we've had a bad.
Lord God, we thank you for the opportunity for us to come together again, try and focus on during this time. And a lot of times people going through this season, help us, guide us, in this city, and here, and we pray. Yeah. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with justice for all.
Is that beating back?
Yeah.
Out there. First, now, public comments on Thursday.
Hello, everybody. I have some concern that's really bothering me. The other day I was on a Facebook Live where the concern was of the children of Bluefield. A lot of people are concerned because the kids don't have anywhere to go to practice basketball, to play basketball already. Half of the girls that's going to junior high don't know the fundamentals. That's the first thing you can look to learn. Once we changed hands with Bluefield University, everything went downhill. What's gonna happen is all the kids from off this side is going to Virginia to play ball. Until we can find their inferences, until we can come up with a resolution or something to try to keep these kids in this area, it's not gonna be about seeing the bright light. We gotta be looking for a bright future. These kids don't have anything to do. And then when they called me, they said, well, we're gonna have a group call. It was 35 people on the group call the other day. Please speak for us. I'm just speaking today because we need for somebody to try to negotiate with them, that they can open that gym, let these kids get in there every once in a while so that somebody can work with it. I've been a basketball coach. If a lot of people know me, I was a bad basketball player. But you gotta realize that now they to the point where the girls play with the boys. I just spoke with young girls. They don't want to play with the boys. They want to play against girls. All girls. Not wait till they get to the junior high and high school to play on an all girls team. So that's one thing we need to start checking into because these kids do need somewhere to go so that they can play basketball. And on the second thing, we have a concern with the ribbon cutting. Not this thing. It's a whole lot of people. It's a problem with us when we don't even know nothing about it, when we see it on the news. Or we ride across the bridge and see the lights and we didn't even know they were there. We know we got banners. They're still not up. I know everything is geared to the park right now, but when you come down South Street, look, the decorations are all the way from the road going up on 460, and we still have nothing. All we ask is to be a part of the city. And that's not hard to do. That's not hard for somebody to go over there, take down the banners of Bluefield State and put up the ones you got for us. We appreciate the light. But in all fairness, some of us should have been there. We over there having meetings and fighting with lights and everything on the north side, and we couldn't even get the meeting because none of us knew about it. That's all I really have to say today, but we want to be included. You know, if we can't be included, it's gonna be a problem. And I don't want to be the one that's running around here always talking, but that's gonna be me. And if my loud makes anybody uncomfortable, be ready for an uncomfortable ride, because I'm gonna stay loud.
I don't think anybody's uncomfortable by your loud. The information was conveyed to your representative. And
nobody got it.
And nobody got it, so It's a lesson for us on what we need to do with communicating, so I think
I'll try to answer the two questions. Thank you very much, Mayor.
but as far as the lease goes, we've already discussed the fact that the lease needs some revision in a number of areas. And so Anthony's supposed to be looking at when it expires and when we renew it on what terms we renew it on. So that's been a concern, not only for the kids, but for the facility itself.
Right.
And how it's being taken care of. So all of those are concerns for us as a board and the community, and those need to be addressed. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me take the basketball first. We're abundantly aware of. I know it's an issue. Rick, put your hand up. So right now, we were trying to talk to Bluefield, Virginia, because here's our dilemma. We went to the Sim Center. The guy that was gonna run the program back in the day before COVID, worked about 4 months, he left. So we have what we've got. The challenge on the Virginia side too, is I've talked to the town manager, they only got one place they can play over there, and we got most of the kids, you're right. Most of the kids are going over there to play basketball. So we are talking to the AD of Bluefield University. I am talking to the town manager. I'm trying to get the guy that runs the basketball league on the Virginia side and our side together in a room so we can figure this thing out to get where it needs to go. Now we've worked hard on Little League baseball. We worked hard this year to do some things for football, and basketball is the next shoe to fall. But I hear you loud and clear. It's an issue across the area for basketball, because even as good as that program is in Virginia, they're very limited on space. We have some space over here. And kids are getting like 1 week of practice a week, and that's not enough for kids to learn basketball. So I hear you loud and clear on that, Trixie. And Rick and I are trying to get this group together so we can get this solved and figure out what we do about basketball, because I want to better do.
And also, when the kids go to Fit Rec, they can be in there playing. As soon as the adults come in there, they run the kids out of there. And everybody can't afford a membership to even go there. I mean, y'all either try to come up with a free day, play day. People will volunteer their time to go in and teach these kids what they need to know. You know, but it's gotta, some kids can't afford it. So we gotta try to get in there.
We've actually got quite a few basketball courts, whether it's the Wade Center, whether it's a couple of churches. But I've got to get everybody together and figure out a plan of how we can use some of these facilities and give folks space to practice basketball. And but I hear you loud and clear, Trixie. And Rick's fighting right now. I'm on email traffic. We're talking, trying to get this crew together so we can solve this basketball issue and get it up and running. And I hear you. As far as it's my fault about the lighting. The last time we had our meeting over beautification, I heard you loud and clear on lights, and our PW guys came up with the idea for the light. We've not done out of any spite. I greatly apologize if you all did not get notified. I'm deeply sorry. The whole intent there was to get things started and get a light going over there, and we're gonna build on that. The banners, as far as they go, I'm not a smart enough guy to articulate for you, but what the Public Works team has done to try to get that park to where it's at, because we did it all different this year and get it all set up. Leaves picked up, all the other stuff that they're supposed to be doing, trash picked up. We had a short week last week, right? So we get all the trash, leaves in a short time. We're trying to do as much as we can. We're still going back through as I like to say, policing up the battlefield. We'll get those banners up. But I promise you, those guys are working hard. They're working extra shifts all weekend when the park's open late and keeping it going, parking cars. Because it takes a lot more people now because we've opened up that parking on the back end so everybody can walk every night and get in there and make it real nice. So yeah, there's some challenges with that. And but I hear you loud and clear. We'll get those banners up. None of this is out of spite. It's really down to truth to task. You know, the mayor calls me, he's my watchdog. Hey Cecil, the shack's not set up for the volunteers. I appreciate him saying that to me because it's something I missed, right? Or we missed. And it's none of this down spike. You got the whole city staff trying to be a part of the solution and figure it out. And I just gotta do better. So it's my fault, but I will work much harder to make sure something like that doesn't happen again and you guys get notified. But I apologize for that. But I promise you that no point was an email on this board or your city manager. I would have loved to have had more people out there. Now it was cold as all get out last night, but it was not done in any shape, form, or fashion to exclude anyone. It was really nice, and I'm happy for the Webster family and the folks over there got to see it. So that's all I got for that.
Okay.
All right.
We're both people out there, see what they.
All right, well, we're gonna have to be, but I'm not gonna be quiet.
right.
Be by yourself.
New business, approval of second reading of an ordinance to amend part 2 code of ordinances of the city of Bluefield, chapter 6, buildings and building regulations. Article 2, section 79. Let's move on to the business. You go ahead.
Yes, sir. So this is the second reading for a city hired electrician. Currently the code reads, for people who are required to get our, electrical inspections done. It's supposed to be a $50 fee. The city wants to, employ a master electrician to handle all of the city's inspections.
He's not gonna be employed, he'll just be doing
Contract.
one-off, it'll be a contract.
Yeah.
So he'll charge us the price, we pass on the cost of that furnace, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve second reading? We have a motion and a second, any questions on this? Favor, signify by saying aye. All right, let's approve, the minutes. We have a motion to approve the minutes from November 14th. I have a motion and a second from Daniel. Any questions, comments, or revisions? All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye. Awesome. Approval of second reading of the ordinance revising and amending sections 24-228 of the code of ordinances of the city of Bluefield.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, what this ordinance does is it removes the potential for incarceration for simple possession of marijuana, in an amount of 15 grams or less. From the potential penalty.
Yeah, I saw that got a good bit of press, and why don't you go over the reasoning for doing that, for some of the legalization in Virginia, et cetera.
Yeah, so, of course, you know, we have, medical marijuana. Here, nobody would be forced charged if they have a medical marijuana card. However, Virginia has decriminalized marijuana.
A YouTube.
And
City of Bluefield.
because of us being a border town, the city of Bluefield, the town of Bluefield, and the ways in which our roads weave in and out of both Virginia and West Virginia. Stadium Drive comes to mind, as one of the prime examples. It causes problems for people who are in Virginia who have, lawfully obtained, marijuana, and have, traveled into, the state of West Virginia and the town of, and the city of Bluefield, because they have no other means of transportation to avoid it. So it's still illegal in the, city of Bluefield. However, the potential penalties of up to 30 days of jail, will be removed of it. And it will, be liable up to $1,000.
Just for clarification, I've heard people ask, does that mean that they can openly use marijuana in the city park, for instance?
Negative.
Because I mean, there have been those questions, so.
Well, man, quite frankly, it is in, depending on which area of the park that you're in, it is in Virginia where it's legal. However, I'm not sure if there's a city ordinance or city rules against marijuana usage on city property.
Maybe we should look at that.
It should be posted to where it's not allowed, just like the consumption of alcohol is not allowed. So if that's the case, then we would contact Bluefield, Virginia Police Department and have it enforced properly.
I guess we need to look and see if it is posted.
And also in Virginia, having lived there and living there, it's not legal to smoke marijuana in public, place like that. So regardless of whether it's posted or not, it's still illegal.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we need to look at whether we need to clarify that
even if you have a medical marijuana card, that is to be done at your residence. It's not to be done in open public.
So that's a first reading from that. That correct?
Sorry, that's for a second.
That's the second line. And so that's section 24 dash 228, and then this next one is dealing with something else.
Yes.
Okay. All right, do I have a motion to approve the second reading? No motion and a second. Any questions or other comments? All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye. All right. Up next, approval of first reading of an ordinance to amend section 24 230 code of ordinances of the city of Bluefield regarding drug therapy and alcohol.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, line with the simple possession that you just went over. This removes incarceration as a penalty for paraphernalia. That would be anything utilized in the consumption of controlled substances. So,
Any controlled substance or marijuana specifically. What's the rationale?
Well, the discharge in particular, the code requires there to be residue found. And we have had testing some of the most of the things that are included, charges all seem to be revolving around water pipes, bombs, grinders, those sort of things. There are other things that will occasionally be flagged, either straws, as long as there is a testable residue inside.
I think before we vote on that, I'd like to have a discussion with the chief. Have a motion to the table to approve like the first reading of split. Yeah, motion and second. Any questions or comments? All in favor of certain parties saying aye. All right, approval of Region 1 CDBG drawdown number 6 for the Midway Sewer Project in the amount of 43,000 and 42.
Kevin,
Yes, sir.
was there information there for you?
You don't have to. Yes, just a request to release funds for grant, I'm giving funds to the Midway Sewer Project. Of the amount of $43,132.08. This is to pay for administrative work. I paid for Gary Hall, who is the right away negotiator. His progress he's made so far. Negotiating those utility easements for Midway. And I pay for the West Virginia DOH project. Requirement that it be
Do I have a motion to approve drawdown number 6 and the amount of 43,142.08? So moved. Have a motion on the second. Any questions or comments for change? All in favor, signify by saying aye. All right. Approval of budget revision number 1 for the Midway Sewer Project.
Yes, this budget revision number 1, will just move the $40,000 from construction down to the fee. Moving down.
Does that impact the total budget overall? All right, do I have a motion to approve budget revision number 1 for the Midway Sort of recommend, second, motion, and second. Question or comments, all in favor of approval, signify by saying aye. Great, approval of region one local drawdown to report for spot demolition project. In the amount of $1,082.50.
The spot demolition project is in the building.
That's it.
Right. This in just even.
Then what's the timeline for that? The last part of the environmental review is the fish wildlife, and I think we have that now. So we should see some sediment again out of it soon. All right, now the motion to approve region one, local drawdown number 4 for spot demolition in the amount of $1,082.50. So motion and second. Question and comments. All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye. All right, and I guess that's my next line item. Approval of Brownsville cleanup grant, 400 watt Bluefield drawdown number 1, in the amount of $145,968.79.
This is in regard to the people who do become taken.
And is this from the state, or is it from, where's that $145,000 coming from?
Where do the Browns?
That's coming from the federal part of it.
Well, the feds would go straight to Canadian as part of the refunds.
Oh, it is part of the reach fund. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Fine. That's all right. I know where we're talking.
But this is for banking only, and then the bid would be December the 8th for,
Okay.
the demo.
All right. Do you have a motion to approve the drawdown of $145,968.79? Motion from the second. Questions or comments? All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye. Thank you, collections.
For our usual error, mayor, we pulled 25 individuals with outstanding municipal, from the state. Sent out letters to every one of them, trying to set up payment plans. We did have 6 individuals, either make payment or set up payment plans. The remaining, totaling $102,469, their permission was into the paper and Zoom collection.
None of the others on there are like without home collections.
Oh, yeah, they, when we sent out the letter, try to contact them, they no response.
Okay, good. So, Motion to approve the collection list as presented. Have a motion for a second. Questions, comments, or revisions? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Thank you. Seasonal pantry, but don't worry.
I'll go easy. Hey, I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving this year. It was nice in the city. Scroll through a little bit, John. Something I want to make, just a couple things. There'll be an announcement here soon, 14 December. We're going to have a town hall here at the city hall. That'll be the final portion of the discussion on the Safe Streets for All grant. We had all the town halls to look at all the various projects for the sidewalks, the streets, the lightscapes, all that. We'll come back with the final plan to lay that out for the entire community. They'll also agree with that board meeting that week on the 12th. They'll be that way as well. But that evening, I'll start off at 6 o'clock on the 14th. We'll do that right here. We're going to have Santa Claus as well. So if you haven't seen Santa Claus at the park, he'll be here for our Safe Streets. And we'll have a nice evening here to go through that. I just want to highlight here, again, on our West Virginia Christmas City. Here's some key dates, but Faith, can you put your hand up? Faith Blackwell over there and Gabrielle Ponder that's sitting out front. And Billy, it's where's Billy at? Is he still in here? He took off. But those 3 folks have worked meticulously to get our websites, our Instagram, our Facebook, this website here to give you a one-stop shop across the board, for all the things for Christmas activities. So basically been the quarterback of it, and they've done a really phenomenal job. And this is your one-stop source to take advantage of everything in West Virginia, Christmas City, so it's pretty awesome. All right, just scroll up for me, please. Just a quick update on transit, just so you all know, every weekend, there'll be a trolley out there. Is that Saturday nights, John? Yeah. Saturday nights, trolley's out there, so if you go out to the park and you're going to the ice skating range, seeing Santa Claus, riding the rides, taking a walk, Saturday nights, the trolley's out there, so Bella, one of our great drivers, will be out there to take you around and look at the lights, and then of course Friday nights, we'll have the hay rides as well, but it's a real nice piece. Scroll for me. As far as code enforcement goes, we're in the last wickets of about 5 more homes getting torn down. We'll get those briefed next week, but we're gonna continue on with taking down some dilapidated structures, and we're moving through that process. So we're gonna have 5 more homes over the next month. They'll be getting taken down as well. Curtis, we'll talk about Scott Street.
So we have contacted a construction firm to go ahead and handle that for us. We're about 3 to 5 weeks out on the retaining wall block. We thought we were gonna be about 3 weeks in the initial process, but we ran into some engineering issues. The holiday kind of messed us up a little bit. Everybody said a break and on vacation for some reason, I don't know, but currently, after talking to the construction manager this morning, we look maybe possibly to the first of the year getting started. And at the point of starting, we've got 45 days. Half the road will be closed as we clear out all the substructure, all the subsurface material, and then build back in there. Possibly closing the road for a varied amount of time, just to get it put back, but it should be accessible for the most part of the 25 days. Those of course are 25 working days, not they become a week.
Will it affect anything for New Year's, downtown?
Yeah, not what's that.
It's just the schedule for the Midway Sewer project. Just a quick highlight here, we've got the fire department at full strength, which is great news. They'll be quarterbacking with the police, the big parade, which will be this Saturday, December 2nd. Kicks off at 6 o'clock, so it's gonna be a great event. And I hope everybody has a great time. That picture you see there, there's still a little bit more work to be done to it, but it is here down in our fire station, so you're free to go in there and take a peek. This is our brand new fire truck, thanks to all of you sitting here in this room. It was way needed, and it's a phenomenal truck, and I'm super excited to get it out on the street. There's a few more things we gotta get done to it, and that'll be a great addition to our city, and well deserved for our fire department. Scroll, please. Rick, you wanna talk some of your Parks and Rec stuff?
Sure. So, we're trying to get the center decorated. I think our lights are up outside before Thanksgiving. Got to get ready for the weekend. And there's Rachel, our product person, decorating the indoor pool walls and stuff for the facility. Keep going. There's Cody and Travis, our maintenance folks, getting everything spruced up outside. They're kind of getting Christmas spirit, which was nice, and they added a few more things this year, and again, trying to make everything look good down there. Keep going. The 5K run, Holiday of Lights. I think folks have kind of caught on that you can come in early and see the lights before it's actually open for the season. And we had a lot of walkers this year with kids in strollers, and they're all decorated. Largest run we've had in years due to COVID probably, but we had over 150 runners, and we ran out of bids, which was a wonderful problem to have. We told next year bring in a bunch because marketing's getting better. We also mixed it up this year. We put the run inside, starting into the stadium, which had restrooms available, hot chocolate, big concession. People went inside, registered. They were even doing Zumba, I think it was, out front. Instructor trying to warm them up. So really put a bunch of twists to it. Staff worked really hard getting everything together. Tremendous evening. It was chilly, but all good. And then finished up in the Sims Center with the awards. There in the bottom right, you see the costume contest. I believe the Grinch won. And we actually reached out to the Grinch to bring them down into the park the rest of the year through the volunteers there. Keep going. The other last completed part of the stadium were the speakers for the away side. That was just recently installed. And, it was ready for the last game, that was in Mitchell, and, didn't really get it tested out too much, so we might be bringing them back next year to tweak it a little bit if we have to, but it did sound terrific. We did use it during the 5K run with announcements and everything, and, we're really happy to have those speakers there. One's a woofer, the other's a loudspeaker. Those are the two that just direct to the other side. And so now the sound system at Mitchell's complete, and the Mitchell Stadium project is complete. I believe that's all. Keep going. We continue to advertise for new programs that are going on. We tried this in the fall. We are opening up the multi-purpose room for rentals, for birthday parties and everything else as it should be. That's a change from the past. I made that happen with support from administration and the board. We're real excited about this, but it's also opening up that yoga room up there for things for activities. So you see up there this dance program with a recital in the springtime down at Granada is going to be awesome. We want to see people get out there that maybe can't afford $300 a month for dance lesson and can come out and do this. So we're really hoping this goes. The dance instructor we've used in the summer dance camp before. She's awesome. She's done this before in the past, and it's going to be affordable to get people out there. And so that $125 is for the season. I mean, that's like 3 or 4 months of programs with the recital at the end. And not gonna be the fancy costume perhaps that parents get tagged with, but don't get them out there dancing. That's what we want. Also, I'd like to mention that you see in the bottom there where it says scholarships available. We were fortunate enough to get I was fortunate enough with the support from the Hancock Foundation to ask them if we could take our therapeutic scholarships, which was there for the center, but we don't have a therapy pool. There's no warm body of water in there, or really therapy programs the hospital will be doing. And that's what that donation, excuse me, that grant was for. And so what that is for now, and we're able to change that up, it's for kids. It's for kids who are really based off of their family's economic abilities, and then based on the federal poverty guidelines, they can come in and apply for a scholarship for programs and memberships. So the deal with the kids, let's say they're 8 years old and they can't come in the center, it applies to their family. So it's a great thing to get families in there that can't afford it. It's not for adults, it's just for the kids. And you see it's tagged there in that dance program. I believe that's it, but I'll go a little bit further. Let's see if I forgot anything. That is it for me. Any questions? Thank you.
Hey, just a quick highlight. I kind of mentioned this earlier, but just snapshots of if you have not been out there yet, all the handiwork of the public works team and what they've done to set this place up for all our families for Christmas this year. We've got over 40 plus vendors that are going to be in those huts and tents every Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. They're really nice. There's some really great vendors. I think you'll really enjoy it if you go out there. There is a ton to do. We've got fire pits everywhere. Jonathan Purdue and his team built a whole shack for Santa. So it's really nice out there. We've got carved wood chairs so you can do s'mores, and there's food trucks out there. But it's beautiful. That whole area we see Santa Claus is a nice walk area where the old horse rink was. It's all lighted path. You can go out there and get your selfies and Instagram photos. There's a nice picture they almost have in West Virginia that the team built. Nice little picture there of Iwo Jima. But it's really nice. And a lot of effort. It starts all the way at the rescue squad. The stadium lights are flashing with all the different colors. But a concerted effort by everybody to really make it nice for you and your families this year to go spend time. And Santa's there every Friday and Saturday night. So you just got to show up out there, and Santa Claus is excited to see the kids, and it's really great. But this is a massive effort for the public works team, and we got some other things to get finished. But I think your kids will be pleasantly surprised, and I appreciate the news taking some of the video and interviews they did over the weekend. It looked like everybody's having a really good time out there. Can you scroll up for me, please? Again, that's just a picture inside the Santa shack, so you can warm up. It's cold out there to go see Santa. And then the Princess, the skate shack, skating will be open all this weekend and going forward. So that's great. We've got the carnival rides there with Mr. Nicely, and should be great. At the same time, they're out doing all their work on the snow that we did for about an hour and a half this morning, and a leaf pickup and all the other stuff that we're trying to get done on top of make sure the community's taken care of. And again, just a quick, snapshot, Public Works guys took a lot of pride in this. This was their idea, it did not come from me. And I thought it was very, very thoughtful. And, this is a great family and a great young man. And I think it's a very nice, way to recognize somebody and celebrate Christmas. And let the kids in this area know that, we love them and they will not be forgotten. So it's a really nice, and I'm very thankful to my Public Works team that put this together. Okay, scroll up. And then it's just some of the other work that's going on top of, trying to get this place rock and roll for Christmas, with Candy and the crew. Keep going, please. And Mayor and, board heads all I've got today. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, well, in your report, I was just wondering about actually the Grand Street Bridge. When is the fence gonna come in, or is it in, or where do we stand at on that?
So the fence is due in this week, Willie. That was my last play talk. So we're gonna get it Thursday or Friday this week. And it should be a couple of weeks after that. King Cole Highway also kind of out there on the periphery is also almost finished. So they're trying to get those lashed up together. I talk to DOH almost every other day about this project, but from everything that they've told me, the fence comes in this week, at the end of the week, and then they can start the final process to finish up the bridge. Thank you, Willie.
One of my favorite times of the year in the city is Small Business Saturday. And we started in 2015, and each year we tried to grow and do things differently. And this year I sort of took a backseat role and let Faye step up. She's very talented. And she quarterbacked it, so I think it's only fair that she give the update on Small Business Saturday.
We just wanted to fill in everyone about how our day went, and thank you to those on the board that made it to our monthly talks. But first off, we had 23 local businesses participate. So what this entails, we do every year, we do a marketing co-op, a social media campaign. We did this huge raffle. So 23 of our locals, they opted into that, which was great. It gives them news coverage, newspaper, and just get them out there and helps them market themselves. So we're really happy about that. We had 28 local businesses donate prizes to our annual raffle. So we have a huge goodie basket ready to go. We have Chick-fil-A for a year digital offer cards that several people are excited about, anxious about. So that went well as well. And we will be doing that raffle mid-December. So we will announce that then. New this year, we have our first ever youth entrepreneur pop-up shop. We had 6 young aspiring entrepreneurs. I believe most of their ages that were in attendance was about maybe 7 to 12 years old. So it was great. We actually had 4 of those sell out by noon. So the whole day was 10 to 2, but they did so well that they were done by 12. Next, we have the award at Intuit. Building hosts their first community open house the day of from 10 to 2 as well. And they had a couple local vendors set up selling some stuff. So we were happy about that they opened up their home to let everyone have a speaking shop. And then lastly, the Clover Club pop-up shop did great, was well attended, and we were really happy about the amount of vendors that were there. So, that's all.
It's very nice to see all those cars parked down Bluefield. That day.
I talked to I talked to the Lord this morning. They were very happy for them to grow that next year. They had about 70 people went through their building, and they are hiring. So this was a good event, not only for Small Business Saturday, but the folks that want to see what the Lord does. So.
Now they have Sons of Italy there selling sauce and meatballs, and they're going to do spaghetti fundraiser with and utilize their little cafeteria area for that, which was
That's a good question. That's. Okay.
right. We're going to take a few minutes and go into executive session and talk about some things that we did from
So Anthony will be, I need a motion to go into executive session. Yes, advice. All in favor, say aye.